All right, welcome back in another edition, Handicap Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jay-Z Sports. Bottom shelf, we got Ronnie, fresh off a client dinner. Top right shelf, we got JK. First things first, fellas, who we vote for New York City mayor?
It's not looking good. So I'm gonna pass
sports.
right now.
We'll stick to sports.
Brutal both sides.
Obviously have a lot to unpack sports-wise. NBA Finals just finished up. Thunder winning 7. A crazy end to the Travelers Championship up in Cromwell, Connecticut. A lot of Ryder Cup implications. We'll start all things NBA basketball. What did we think of Game 7 on Sunday night? I know we were, all pretty heavy Thunder here. We didn't think it was going to go to 7, but at the end, the best team ended up winning. SGA played great. Recap thoughts on the finals. What do you guys think of Game 7 and the series overall? RK, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I thought it was a good game. Halliburton went down. That's part of the game. I'll tell you on OKC, a guy who I think really had a big impact. His minutes were really, really great for the team. Hartenstein, I think he put up something like 20 points, rebounds, and assists. I think his line was either 14 or 15. And he really, he didn't make a lot of mistakes, and he played great. I didn't look at it, but I bet you his plus number is pretty high. And it was a good team win. I was happy for them. Their celebration, and they had the rally today. I mean, these guys they're like kids. It's really unbelievable. They didn't know how to drink. They didn't know how to open up champagne bottles. It was pretty pure, and it was nice to see just all the way they operated. It would have been a lot different if you had guys like LeBron and some of these other guys winning. So it was a breath of fresh air. I was happy for them. Good young coach, and everyone likes to say this is the over the next several years, if they stay together, this is the worst version of OKC that you're going to see.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better. You see Chet up there on the podium, dude was absolutely trashed.
That's good.
Stand up straight. Jalen Williams, the other Jalen Williams, the guy who doesn't play, was dying. It was a funny flip. But yeah, JK, anything on your end in the series?
He's their glue guy. Yeah, Jalen Williams. Yeah, he's a great team player. Actually, the guy he doesn't play much. The guy from Arkansas, Jay Will, probably one of the best team guys, the glue guy in the NBA. I like him.
Agree.
But I mean, I know it's cool story and everything. Honestly, pretty unexciting in my opinion. For Game 7, unexciting. I mean, after the game, it looked like they just won like another playoff game or another playoff series. Didn't look like they won a championship after the game. I don't know if that was because they just expected to, and that's how they didn't know how to celebrate. But if you look at that compared to how the Panthers, that hockey team, celebrated, very different types of celebrations. So nothing I could get really up for. But my thoughts exactly with that Thunder team. I don't even think they played a very good finals, but I'll go based off of something that Brian Windhorst said that I thought was so true. Look at what they have. It's like star player, check. Like a Robin to the star player. You got two guys, Chet and J Dub, check. Big, you got Hartenstein, check. Ball handlers, you got Caruso, you got Shea, you got all these guys, check. Shooters, you got all these shooters coming off the bench, check. Depth, like it's like a perfect NBA team when you think about it. Like a lot of NBA teams are very top heavy where they have stars but they don't have depth. Some other NBA teams have a lot of depth but no go-to guy that you can go to. I mean, that team pretty much had it all, and they were favorites. I would say favorites going into the playoffs, and they're deserving champions, and good for them. Good to see a small market team win. Pacers, got to shout out one guy. I think the star of the NBA Finals, honestly, McConnell. Unbelievable showing from that guy. His dad, his grandfather, really cool story. And That guy's got a job for as long as he wants in the NBA. Any team could use a guy like that. So TJ McConnell, he's a lot more fun to watch when your team's not playing against him. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
it just shows your effort, really playing hard. You can deliver the goods.
Completely agree. Now, JK, going back to that point of the Thunder, complete team, Windhurst listing off everything. Do we think the NBA is now kind of getting into that, that maybe new era, new age of the NBA where it's highly less dependent on stars and more of a team game? Because if you look at the Pacers, same type of thing there. The boxes there. They don't really have, I guess, Hallie's an all-star, but they don't have like you see KD going to the Rockets. Like, to me, honestly, I don't really think that moves the needle too much. I don't think KD's old, in my opinion. He's obviously an unbelievable talent, but I think he's old. I don't think he could really lead a team to win a championship. I think a team like the Thunder, I think a team like the Pacers is just too much for them. So do you guys think we're entering a new age of the NBA where it's more of a complete team rather than star dependent?
A little too early to tell,
I think when you look at the Pacers, I wouldn't say you.
Go ahead, John.
I'll say this: when you look at the Pacers, they don't have a superstar. Like Shea is a superstar, and people think you need a superstar to win a championship. I look at the Pacers. I think they have 2 stars, and I would consider Siakam a star. That guy can play. He's got a motor like no other. He's probably the most well-conditioned guy in the NBA from what I've seen throughout the playoffs. I think Pascal Siakam is pushing the star envelope. That guy is relentless, and he's so talented. He's got a 3-point shot. He's got a mid-range shot. He's unbelievable going to the rim. He's a great defensive player. I mean, what don't you want in a player in Pascal Siakam? And he was unbelievable in the playoffs. Halliburton, big moment guy, wants the big moment, shows up, probably the most clutch player in the NBA. Although JB won it this year, he probably could have won it. And I don't know. I really think they got two centerpieces to that Pacers team. But I'll say the biggest winner in all of this in the NBA playoffs, aside from the Thunder, right now is the Knicks. You got no Tatum next year. You got no Halliburton next year. And you might not have a Lillard next year.
They're on the table.
Those are all big names in the East where the East is on the table for next year.
You just can't wear number 0.
I know it's not.
Yeah.
Exactly. 3 guys.
Right.
3 guys wearing number 0. They all went down. It's
wow,
crazy.
I didn't even realize that. That is wild.
Achilles.
And they said that there's more Achilles, more Achilles this year than ever or something like that. It's really crazy. But that's
that's life, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, NBA. Anything else we want to uncover there? Any other thoughts that we have? RK, I know you were going to talk maybe a little bit about the stars dependent. Anything on that KD trade? Any thoughts there?
Yeah, I think Houston got the better part of it. Houston didn't give up much, and they have a potential starting 5 that could be really good. So I would say that they really, I think they really they really got the better part of that trade. What's going to happen? When is the draft? Tomorrow?
Yes.
Probably not going to be all that. Everyone seems. You have the first few picks, but you have OKC. I think they have 2 first rounders.
Crazy.
They're only going to get better. So yeah, I mean, I think the other thing with the NBA that I think of is, I think did they make it official? The All-Star game is going to be USA versus the world.
They did?
I know. Did they? I know they were talking about it.
They should.
So that would be awesome.
That's going to be the best. That
would be awesome. But yeah, so I thought it was a good season. I wish the Knicks obviously won, but OKC getting the chip, and I didn't want to see Indiana win. I just can't stand looking at Reggie Miller in the stands, and then they let him call the games. It's a joke.
What about Carlisle?
Carlisle's a great coach. I'll tell you that much. He showed a lot of class. He went out and congratulated
Don't like him, but
Shea,
coach.
and he's a great coach. He's one of the best coaches. They got that. I don't know her. I forget her name. The defensive coach is that woman on the sideline. She's phenomenal.
Becky
so, yeah, I forget. I don't think it's Becky Hannon. It's a different person, but it's pretty cool team. So
yeah,
I just can't stand them because of what they do to the Knicks the last couple of years.
Tough, because I thought we were the better team this year, but happens.
Where did the Knicks? Did the Knicks have a first-round draft pick?
I don't think so.
No, they don't.
It's called first round draft pick is Mikal Bridges for the next few years, I think.
All right, I'm not sure. I don't know how much I love that.
Yeah. All right. Nice 10 minutes here. Segment on the NBA. We'll switch gears over to golf. RK, great call on Keegan Bradley. 45.
Nice hit.
Wins the Travelers on the 18th hole. Just got to feel absolutely gutted for Tommy Fleetwood. Has still not won on U.S. soil. You got to think when that win's going to be. Probably not anytime soon. He's probably going to end up winning the Scottish coming up here in a couple weeks. But how much of the Travels did you guys watch? I didn't watch much of Thursday and Friday, but I did watch a lot of the weekend. I thought the course played well. It was very hot. Seemed like it was pretty fast and firm. Any JK? Yeah.
No, I think the Travelers, in my opinion, is one of the best non-major events of the year. They get a great fan show out for it. The players seem to love the course. So I always think in the last few years, it's been nothing short of phenomenal. 2 years ago, you had Keegan winning in his dominant fashion. Last year, you had Scotty and Tom Kim in that playoff. And this year, you just had an unbelievable finish down the stretch between three guys, all in the same group, between Russ, Henley, Keegan, and Tommy Fleetwood. I was obviously it's as a golf fan, I am always root for the American PGA golfer, but I don't know where it came from in my body or soul. As much as I was rooting for that RK Keegan Bradley pick, just part of me, just as a golf fan, it just made me feel uncomfortable watching Tommy Fleetwood melt like that, just because he hasn't gotten that one yet. But honestly, good for Keegan Bradley. Happy for him. Tommy Fleetwood, it's just that's got to be gut punching. He probably had a worse feeling in his body than Rory McIlroy did after that U.S. Open when he lost to Bryson. Like, that's how bad that was.
I wouldn't go that far, but
I don't know. Yeah, that's a reach, I think, but it
might be a reach. But I mean, Rory's the type of guy he's got 4 majors under his belt. We're talking about a guy who hasn't won a tournament, who has like 8 second place finishes, 40 something top 10s. That is why I think that this is so gut wrenching for Tommy. And he had it in his hands. All he had to do was make a par. At worst, he goes to a playoff. Probably, if he makes the putt that Keegan has becomes a little harder. If he could have put his first putt inside of Keegan's, clearly it probably wasn't the easiest read. He pretty much gave Keegan a perfect line. But it's a great tournament. I think on tour throughout the year, if I had to rank just holes on any courses throughout the year, if I had to give you my top 5 golf holes that the tour players play, I would say number 15 at the Travelers would be in my top 5 of best holes. It's such an awesome hole every which way. It's just the most complete risk reward hole in the game. You can make a 2, you can make a 5 so easily, and it's an awesome scene. People love the Travelers, and it's a nice way to round out the elevated events of the year.
Yeah.
Anything, Dad? Did you have anything I wanted to go over? One great. No. So me and Dad were actually upstate visiting mom's family this weekend. But we had one unbelievable beat. We both took a bet at the sports book at the casino. We say that he had the great beat, I had the bad beat. You want to tell them about your great beat?
Oh yeah, I had
I think I heard about this.
what's his name to beat McElroy.
Took it live
English.
at like
Harris
what?
was it English. I took it live. He was down 2 or 3, and then Rory, in true typical Rory fashion, melted, made a double and some other bad, and then it was just a matchup of the round, and English was up 1 on 18, and he 2-putted for par after making a bogey on 17, and Rory had a 6-footer for a birdie and missed it. So English won the heads up, and then I followed it up with an English top 10. No, yeah, top 10, and that hit. So English was my guy, but the real winner was Keegan. I mean, with all the USA chants and technically his home course or his home tournament, that was really cool. I mean, he solidified himself as a great representative for the U.S. team, and I think that I got to think he's going to be on the team. I mean, if he has one more good showing, he's just going to automatically qualify.
I mean,
right now he's 1 spot out, right?
I mean, I
3 out.
Oh, 3 out. It's top 6 and then 6 picks.
Yeah, he's number 9.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
even if Keegan finished, let's say Keegan finished second there, and then playing solid, he has still be solid all year. He should still be on the team. He plays just solid every single tournament. He's a Ryder Cup guy, and he's also a guy who just cares so much. And honestly, this was an unbelievable showing. Beat down Tommy Fleetwood, an opposing player in the Ryder Cup. I mean, you got to put this fucking guy on the team. He's got to put himself on the team. Someone needs to make that executive. I know he makes the exec. Someone's got to tell him, Keeg, you got to play. You have the game for it.
And no one will dog him if he does it. That's the thing.
No.
If he puts himself on the team, no one is going to say why are you putting yourself on the team. He's completely deserving to make the team. And as long as I'm not going to say he 100% should make it, Jacob. I'm just saying as long as he keeps his golf up for the next month or so, there's no reason why he shouldn't be on the team. I completely agree with you. But let's wait another month or so let's see if you got guys like Daniel Berger really stepping up. Let's see if you got guys like Burnsy stepping up. Cam Young gets a win or two. Let's see before. But as of right now, if everything stays to par with this Ryder Cup standings, I have it pulled up right now. There's no reason why he shouldn't be on the team at all.
What are the standings like right now? Can you read that real quick?
Wait, first, before I go over the standings, we'll go into Ryder Cup. I want to talk about one bad beat I had.
Oh, boy.
So we're in the car driving. I'm like, once we get there, I'm going to place a bet. JT to beat Scotty, round 3 matchup bet. It was plus 200. JT and Scotty end up tied at the end. But little do you know, on the 13th hole, easiest hole in the course, JT makes a 9 quadruple bogey on a par 5. And they end up tied at the end. That's how much he dominated him. Brutal beat.
Scotty also tripled the first, right?
Yep. And JT made a birdie. JT was up 4 to start. Absolute brutal beat.
You thought you were probably sitting pretty.
Oh, I said this would be a winner, and he just kept chipping it right back to his feet. Awful. But what are you gonna do? Still a top 10 finish for him. So
maybe Port
could
Rush
have been in the mix, but
Port Rush?
What?
Perhaps. JT at Port Rush, maybe.
He's not he's a PGA Championship merchant. I mean, I'm always gonna back him, but let's go JT at Port Rush. But that's about it. I will go to the Ryder Cup though. I have the standings pulled up right now, Jacob.
Go ahead.
So we got the auto qualifiers: Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, JJ Spawn, Russell Henley, Bryson, and JT. I'm going to also add number 7 on that list. He's not currently an auto qualifier, but Morikawa is number 7. I would say that those 7 are locks. I can't see any of those 7 not making it.
Who's the
Like,
seventh
even if
that you're adding
Morikawa-
to the automatic?
Morikawa.
Okay, I think he'll make the team.
And then
So all right,
three.
so then after that, we got, and then these are people who are currently inside the top 12. But just because you're inside the top 12 doesn't mean you automatically make it. This is just the current standings. You got Ben Griffin, who I think is probably a question. I would say questionable. Keegan Bradley, I would probably say I'd put above Ben Griffin right now.
Mhm.
Harris English, the way he's playing, he deserves a spot on the team. He also played very well when we beat the Euros at Whistling Straits. He was on that dominant team, Harris English.
He won at Torrey this year, too.
Yes, Harris English is a deserving guy for this team. McNeely, a little questionable right now. He's been dropping lately.
Yeah.
Harmon, I don't know. Novak, I don't know. And then you got Cantlay, Burns, Hoagie, Cam Young, Daniel Berger. I could see a group of those guys getting the nod. Probably Burnsy for his putter and how he showed up in some tournaments over the last few weeks. Cantlay, I could definitely see.
I think Cantlay should be on. He was the only one who showed balls
I agree.
when they were in Europe. When they were
I agree.
Golf National. He should be on the team
I think Cam Young's got to win one to get a nod.
this week, maybe.
We'll go over picks.
Yeah,
That's a little hint to my pick right there. But
it's crazy. We got one more major. All the elevated.
How many top 20 guys are playing in this tournament? Not that many.
In this tournament,
top of the odds board, you have Colin, you have KB, and it really falls off after that. Hold on, let me give you some more names. You got Colin, Cantlay, and KB, and then it goes to Ben Griffin. We lost RK.
yeah. I mean, it's crazy seeing some of these guys who drop so much. Like someone like Wyndham Clark, 22nd. Like, he was probably he was an Olympic golfer last year, and he's dropped to 22nd.
Yeah, he won that one U.S. Open at LACC, and then
he had a good year. Yeah.
Where is
Dad, I meant the top of the odds board is Colin, Cantlay, and KB, and then it goes to Ben Griffin at 22-1.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think who's at around. Let's say, who are the big names at like 40-1?
Yeah. So you got starting at 40.
The Rocket Mortgage.
Yeah. Fitzpatrick, Wyndham Clark. You got Ricky at 45, Minwoo at 45, and then it really drops.
That's the winner.
Who?
Minwoo Lee.
You think he'll win twice this year on tour?
Yeah, he's in play. It's an easy course. He's going to play aggressive, make a million birdies.
You know what it is? It's a great comp to where the Houston Open is. This place, Detroit Golf Club, it's driver putter, driver putter, driver putter.
And you don't have to be accurate with your driver.
No, it's wide open. You could spray the ball. Usually it does tend to bombers, but shorter players have seen success here.
My man, Minwoo Lee.
Yeah, I mean, I like that pick a lot. But my only problem with him is
his odds.
He hasn't been playing great, but his odds are 45-1.
Little sister brother back to back.
Yeah,
his sister won a major last on Sunday.
As you guys know, I mean, if we could start getting into picks here, I'm very high on Emiliano Grillo.
Yeah, your pick.
At 65-1, the number's dropping a little bit.
Wow.
I mean, this guy has been hitting the ball on approach like you wouldn't believe, leads the field. Another big thing that I've been looking at for this track is it's a Donald Ross design. So I'm looking at, given its driver putter, I'm looking who are the best putters on Donald Ross courses. Grillo doesn't rank really well there, but his approach game there. Another guy who I love, who I was on last week, Grazerman. I think Grazerman's also a very good pick. He might just putt his way to victory here.
He could do well. I think that I think he choked on Sunday last week, but that's life. I'm laying off him.
35-1.
35-1. Yes.
So
I like Minwoo.
How about Fitzy at 40?
He needs to play a hard course.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a U.S. Open type of guy. Tight. He likes a tight, hard course. Got to hit fairways. This course, I'm sure, will be like a bit of a bomber's course.
If we're being honest, if Cantlay cannot win in this field, what are we going to do with this guy?
I hear you. I don't think he's going to win.
He's a loser.
I don't think he's going to win.
Chance.
You guys, my pick for this
JK,
one.
yeah, going to yours.
My pick is I alluded to it earlier. Cam Young is my pick here. Couple reasons why. Number one, his last two finishes at this course have been T6 and T2. So he's good at this course. I also think you got the he's hungry right now. He's been playing really well lately. He just kind of ran into a golf course that I know he shot. He might have shot a 59 there or last year, like the Travelers course, but that's not the type of course that favors a bomber who can't keep it in the fairway. This course does favor that. I think we're going to have the whole, can he win his first tournament back-to-back weeks? It's going to be the classic Fleetwood couldn't do it. Cam Young will do it. So Cam Young, 28-1. That's my pick. Go Cam Young. He's going to get his first one this week. And then my long shot is Gary Woodland at plus 90,000.
I like that.
Gary Woodland. He needs to just get himself up on that leaderboard, and he's got some good experience. Obviously, a major winner, and he's just looking to make a splash. I think he's the type of guy who probably mentally knows knows going into golf tournaments he can't really compete with the top dogs like Scotty, Rory, and these guys. But in fields like this, towards the end of the year where guys are chasing FedEx Cup points and that good stuff, he's trying to stay relevant, and he's got a good head on his shoulders. So I didn't mean to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's that's gonna be my long shot. You guys have any long shots you like?
I mean, if you want to say Grillo 65.
Yeah, I guess that is a long shot. I'll make that your long shot.
What's Fowler at? He's won this tournament before.
45.
That's not a long shot.
You want me to throw some names at you, Dad?
Who's 80-1?
Rio Histuhenu.
All right, 80-1. You got Chris Kirk, Cam Davis, Mark Hubbard, Eric Van Rooyen, Lee Hodges, Matt McCarty, Davis Riley, Sam Ryder, Cameron Chan, Matt McCarty, the lefty.
That's my long shot.
11,000.
I'm still going to stick with Minwoo. Minwoo is going to win the tournament. Minwoo is going to win the tournament.
You're not worried about his recent play?
No. He's going to he's going to do it.
All right, calling your shot like last as well. Dad,
yeah, listen, you got to call.
Ranks 7th in this field on Donald Ross Designs.
He's ranked 7th, and he's ranked like 50th in odds. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it just hasn't been there on approach, but that doesn't. I mean, you got to be driver putter here, and that's what he does. That's what he did at the Texas Children's Houston Open. So I like that.
Totally. All right.
I just texted you guys the picks.
Perfect. We're coming in on 30 minutes here. Really, really good show. A lot of good stuff talked about. NBA.
When is the Open? In how many weeks? 3 weeks?
1 month from now.
1 month from now. Okay.
That's a big preview.
I'm very, very excited for the stretch across the pond. I love the Scottish Open. Love the Open. So
just want to see Rory choke all over the place. Can't stand the guy.
And watch him choke at his home.
Yeah.
In Northern Ireland. Yeah, that it'll be a nice stretch of golf there. So
if you haven't seen any of those clips from going back to the hoops for a second, the Thunder celebration, you got to see it. It's awesome.
Yeah, really good, really good.
Yeah, the guy Wiggins had Wiggins was going nuts.
SGA says he's the funniest guy on the team.
Yeah, he was really good. So we'll see.
Get into the dog days of summer. Thank God for golf. Thank God for the PGA Tour. Cannot wait for the Open Championship. We got Ryder Cup coming up into the NFL. A lot of good things coming here on the show, fellas. Beautiful 30 minutes here.
Yep, great job.
Handicap Sports, JK, RK. It's been a pleasure.
See you
later.